Good morning and welcome to Sunshine Coast Stadium. It's day 3 of the 2025 Asia Pacific Women's Lacrosse Championship. My name's Jason Bennett. It's my pleasure to be your master of ceremonies as we prepare for our opening game of the day between Korea and New Zealand. Both these teams hunting their first win of the tournament. It's a golden opportunity to get on the board. Please welcome our match officials. Please welcome Korea.
이젠 혼자가 아닐 무대 너무나 감격스러워 끝없는 가능성 중에 날 골라줘서 고마워 나와 맞이하는 미래가 위태로울지도 몰라 하지만 눈물 가득한
Please welcome New Zealand. If you are physically able, please be upstanding and remove your hat for the playing of the national anthems. Best of luck, Korea. Best of luck, New Zealand. It's the opening game of day 3.
And we thank Jason Bennett down there, our Master of Ceremonies. It is day 3 here at the Asia Pacific Women's Lacrosse Championships World Qualifiers, as the spots have already been secured for the 2026 Women's World Championships in Tokyo, Japan. And now there's gold, silver and bronze medals to be played for. And a person who has her own gold medal at the highest level joins me again in the commentary box. Is that little bit of still feeling, Michelle Davies, welcome.
Good morning. Great to be here for day 3.
Gold medals, they're wonderful things, aren't they?
Very precious.
Hey.
Very hard to earn and worth every single bit of it.
They are at a World Championships, and does every time you still hear about it, just that little tingle in the arms?
Yeah, it's a 20-year anniversary this year.
Oh, watch out. So that could be a big celebration. Tell you what, we're celebrating some fantastic women's lacrosse here today. And also in the commentary box is Mr. Peter Greenhouse. He will be bringing us all the stats that matter, and he does not miss a thing. Up on the camera, Christian Leray doing a fantastic job up there. He gets the best spot in the house. He's got the eagle-eye view. But our Spielberg himself always seems to capture everything perfectly. And down on the ground, Timmy Dobson. So that is our ALN team, apart from the one and the only Mr. Scotty Gill, who is the reason why we're watching all this, because without him, we're talking to walls in quite a padded area. So that's something in life I might find later. Teams today, as we head towards this game, these two teams both 0-2, so at the end of the day one of these teams will have their first win.
Yeah, New Zealand fought back hard yesterday, 4 goals in 6 minutes to even it up, but just couldn't get that one over the line. But I'm looking for a big comeback from them today.
They are New Zealand's game so far. They played Japan on the first day, went down 11-4, and then yesterday in that thriller, to be honest, got to about the 6-minute mark of the last term. They were tied at 10-all, and all of a sudden Chinese Taipei went, hang on, we better wake up, and they put 3 quick goals on to run out 13-10 winners. On the other side though, Korea, they started their championship tournament game with a game against Japan, Korea, and went down 17-1. And that was a bit of an introduction to this tournament for them.
Yeah, tough hit it up for the first game.
And then Chinese Taipei was 13-4. So you look at the scores and you can't look on paper, but you would suggest New Zealand may have the edge here in this game. But we know lacrosse, and anything can happen in these games.
Absolutely. They'll take a lot of confidence out of that comeback from yesterday, and they had their opportunities late. So I think New Zealand will go in with tails up and really be looking to get that first centre possession.
They will indeed. And we just noticed down there on the bench someone in a moon boot there for Korea. That is Chelsea Cho, number 5. So she won't take any part in this game. Hopefully Chelsea is okay, and it's just a precautionary thing, but you never like to see athletes.
No, you don't, and she looks quite dejected down there, still getting around her teammates, but certainly wishing she was out there. And they'll miss her too, because she's played well.
She has played exceptionally well, Chelsea Cho. And speaking of that, so where do the match winners come from, Michelle, in this game?
I'm looking for Mackenzie Farley to really dominate here for Korea. She's starts in the middle and has been prolific in those centre draws, and then really attacking. Her and number 18, Phoebe Kim, have combined quite well for a number of goals. So I think they're the two to watch for me.
So Kim and Farley have been fantastic, but they're going to be up against the number 33. I'm all about Brooke Bolstad. She's been fantastic in the centre. That's going to be a great centre draw. What about New Zealand? Did she sort of mention your
Yeah, she's just a competitor and is in everything. But I was really impressed with Taylor Jackman yesterday.
Yep.
Really sort of controlled that attack and popped up when they needed her yesterday. So
as we get the ball kids today, and that is Harper and Grayson who running the balls out there. So Great job. Look at them. Aren't they excited? And they'll get to sit down there on the bench. They get to sit down on the bench getting hugs from mum. And what an honour to run the ball out for your New Zealand team. Oh, just brings almost a little tear to the eye. But we have action underway just about. Farley up against Bolstad. Bolstad puts the ball out the defensive side, and here's your player. You may have mentioned that there might be an MVP for performance coming from Mackenzie Farley. And she gets first touch.
Yeah, did well just to control that.
Farley looks to get inside, just runs into a wall of black there. But she likes these 15-metre shots. She doesn't mind trying to get inside.
Yeah, I think she's going all the way here.
Unsworth, Bolstad either side, Cox, and pops it over the top. And she's on the money early is Mackenzie Farley. Gets the first one there for Korea. And those centre draws are so important.
Yeah, she won that, got first use of the ball, and then we see her just taking those couple of extra steps. Cut it down at her angle, but with that long reach was able to just reach around and slot that behind Josie Cox.
So Korea with the first goal of this game. And that is through number 77, Mackenzie Farley. So the first win of the centre draws has gone to Korea. And it's certainly gone their way again. Ground ball to be won, and Farley seems to have a string on the ball already. And she will just run it out. Sets a pick. Looking for some help here. Oh, good inside step. Farley again opens up. Looks to fire. Good save there from Josie Cox. Had to be good. And the ball goes out of bounds. And it is won there by Korea in Shin Hae-min.
Great chase there to get to that line first.
Well, it was a 3. What I like to see early is body language. And that body language was that there were 3 Koreans running for that ball and 1 New Zealander. And the 3 Koreans basically were in front of the New Zealander.
Yeah.
So always big on body language. And Korea have come out to fire. Good save again from Cox. That's 2 early saves for Josie Cox. From the shot there of Hannah Kang.
Yeah, great work by Kang. She was happy to take that drive.
And now New Zealand will bring the ball into their offence for the first time. Unsworth has the ball. Has Fordyce to her left, but decides to head down the back there.
Most of their play coming through Jakeman there behind.
Mowat. And not using Bolstad. Kicks to Unsworth instead. Unsworth gets in, fires, and that's out the back. Just misses the cage. But backed up there from Kieta Perry. And Perry head the ball over there to Fordyce. Fordyce back up the top, looking to run her around as Mowat. Mowat to Bolstad. She will go to the cage, and the flag on, and fires that one up and over the top. But picking herself up off the ground down the back there as that shot was fired.
Great defensive work there, one-on-one pressure from Jo Shun.
And we start again, Fordyce. She brought a lot of players into the play yesterday too, as did Jakeman. And they'll be looking to attack the cage. And we know Jakeman, she will attack the cage given the opportunity. And that's fired over, so the penalty is waved off because of the shot. Picked up there by Fordyce. Fordyce. Over here to Jakeman. Jakeman, inside cut. Great cut there from Unsworth. What a fantastic feed and a beautiful cut there from Sophie Unsworth getting on the board. We didn't see, she got a goal yesterday, but has been threatening to break open, and what a great cut.
Absolutely. She's very dynamic in that cut. We saw yesterday a lot of cuts where they just didn't give it. That time, no hesitation from Jakeman. Put it out in front of her, which is exactly where it needed to be, and Unsworth able to convert. A lot more movement off the ball from New Zealand early, which is good to see.
As the high fives happen as the New Zealanders come to the bench.
So keeping their defensive players occupied so they can't slide.
And they've sent Olivia Archer into the centre draw there, up against Hannah Kang. And that will be a reface. And Archer really good late in that fourth quarter comeback yesterday. Had 3 really important touches for goal assists and/or goal.
Yeah, great support to Bolstead yesterday.
So if she can start her work from the centre here, Kang up against Archer, but that's going to be a break. That one's a pretty easy one to has back Chaylin.
Yeah, can't come off that line until possession's called.
Although she timed it perfectly because she took it in the perfect spot. And ball heads down into the New Zealand offence with Rutherford bringing it down there. Haven't seen her down in the offence too much. Looks like she wants to get in there too. Rutherford pops it down. Maybe she should get down there a little bit more. New Zealand coaching staff extremely happy with that from a defender who just made her way down there.
Yeah, we've seen Rutherford pretty much playing that low crease defender. So she got her opportunity and made it. Nothing better as a defender than carrying the ball down, and you're not too quick to get back sometimes. Think, I'll give this a go.
Yeah, doesn't she like that too? So she's played low crease defence and then she's played low crease offence. Very similar. Only one you have the ball, one you don't.
I think she's happy to get on the team sheet.
I'm guaranteeing that she might find herself down there a bit more. She might get a taste for it. Ball back into the centre. Archer. Up against Farley now. Farley. And here's just getting off the ball, Farley. And she's guarded there by Clark and Rush. Ball comes up the top with Kim Hae Min. Looks to try and just push in slightly.
There's a big stack of players at the top there.
And looks like there's Farley looking to want to get in and drive. She never gives it up though, so she's going to give that one up as that one just tried to do far too much there, Mackenzie Farley. And Josie Cox will relieve from the defensive end. Kicks it to the last goal scorer in Rutherford. Rutherford looks down, finds Unsworth, so goal scorer to the goal scorer. Ball passed over there to Perry. And ball comes down the back now. Over to Archer. Archer just gives that little head fake. She wants to go left. Does go left. Gets in on Farley. Good check. That might be high, that one. And just...
oh, yeah, you've called that, Tony.
I was going to say there's a card coming here, is there? And there is indeed. And we'll see Kang Shay-Nay having to come to the bench for that foul. Just got one right across the eyebrows, I reckon. But you put yourself in the hole, sometimes you get bitten.
Yeah, and sometimes you're driving in to draw that foul so you can come back out under a little less pressure.
So Archer steps in. She got a couple yesterday and she's got one on the board again for New Zealand. And with Korea getting on the board first, and all of a sudden we've got 3 unanswered goals coming back to New Zealand.
Yeah, good response from New Zealand, and we talked about those momentum shifts in games, and they've certainly started to get the ball out of the middle and get some use of it up there. But the Korean team tightened up a little more on the cutters, so now we're seeing the New Zealand team taking their driving options. So,
well, and they've also, while Archer got a goal yesterday, the other two... And I mean, Unsworth did. They haven't been prolific goal scorers, and obviously Rutherford hasn't either. So good to see that list of players just starting to get on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they're sharing it around a little more, not relying on 1 or 2.
Bolstad in the middle. Ball to be won is won, but deemed to be, and that might be. She actually pointed the other way. Then I'm thinking, where was she going? Ball with New Zealand. Jakeman. Look at the cut coming through the middle there by herself. There was Lily Fu. They're the ones you want them to see, don't you?
Yeah, sometimes you can have a great cut, but unfortunately if the feeder doesn't see it, they can't give it.
Drive coming here from Bolstad. Looks to to get up, rolls. It's great inside roll. Bolstad fires and gets on the board as well. And Brooke Bolstad gets her first. I really like her lacrosse IQ.
Yeah, she's able to read that play, but they've created good space for her to roll into here. So
that little inside roll just left her defender going all the way out to the 15-metre arc and her all the way to the cage.
yeah, I think what I like about Bolstad is that she actually protects her stick really well. Once she gets in there, she's on a roll. She's hard to stop, but she certainly protects her stick.
Well, Korea drew first blood in this first quarter. They got the first goal, and it's been all New Zealand from that point. It is a 4-1 game, and I'm sure the coaching staff for New Zealand here will be very happy with where they're sitting. Korea calling a timeout, just trying to stop this momentum. And as our officials also get some well-earned water on. The temperature here again in the beautiful Sunshine Coast is about 27 degrees. It is just a couple of clouds in the sky, beautiful breeze. You wouldn't want to be anywhere else in the world.
No, you would not. It's a perfect game to be out here. I'm just looking at the pitch and it's holding up really, really well considering, it's got all the matches out here.
The amount of work on it, and normally you do see those crease areas start to chew up a little bit, but looking up here, and we might go out and have a look at that at halftime of the games, just in the bigger break we have today. Go out and have a look at the field and have a look at those and let you know exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, ground staff doing an amazing job. It's a fantastic venue.
As are all the volunteers here too for this Women's Lacrosse Championship for the Asia Pacific. Women's Lacrosse Championship. And the ball will start back in the middle. And Jung Vrum has gone into the middle, so they're certainly making some changes through that centre draw. Their third centre draw player at the moment. And interesting that just trying to find someone who, and they've actually been winning it to their advantage, just haven't been able to always pick it up. Good crash there from New Zealand. It might be a 3-second call here because just chasing around in there is Anya Coas.
Yeah, we saw them do a little two-man game there and caught New Zealand out.
So Huang Shailin looks over, kicks it down to the bottom corner, looks to get inside, trying to get top side, doesn't.
Good defense there. Good slide from Mowat to delay.
And Kang has the ball and kicks it to back Chaylin. Back Chaylin fires over there to Jung Avrum. Avrum. Good rotation there, but New Zealand putting plenty of pressure on. Still a ground ball to be won. You want to be careful just holding your arms out like that, shepherding the defender. And that could get picked up if any contact was made.
Korea just subbing here.
And they've sent the double straight away, New Zealand, and given the opportunity to try and turn that over.
Yeah, well done, Danny Hadwin. Saw that they were subbing, trying to get Mackenzie Farley on, so went across to double team there, put a bit more pressure on.
Smart lacrosse as Farley picks the ball up now. So Mackenzie Farley has Hadwin there, Barker there, sorry. And great turnover, and that is going to be a New Zealand ball. And she goes quickly, does Anya Coas. Coas down, looks inside. Oh, great ball movement down the bottom. Just must have just got a little touch on the stick there. And Korea clearing through their keeper.
Great knockdown there by number 6, Shine. That's a big save because New Zealand certainly had the player up situation.
Well, we saw their transition ball yesterday, was amazing.
Yeah, they scored in 12 seconds from coast to coast, so that was a good knockdown.
Oh, this could be trouble though. Kim Yu Min just not quite throwing that pass properly and comes back with interest. by Taylor Jakeman.
Fantastic work on the press there from New Zealand.
And just the keeper just not giving her the chance to catch that. The ball was thrown at the feet, really difficult to take. And you often see that when they're transitioning. For some reason, there's always an attacker behind. And that quick one there, and you're one-on-one with the keeper.
Yeah, it was in a bit of a hot spot too. A little bit more time if they're out in the lanes, but certainly not right in front of goal.
And Jakeman gets her first of the game. New Zealand out to 5-1 with about 2 minutes 15 left on the clock. Farley in there against Bolstad. And that's going to be a redraw.
This will be a good contest in the middle between these two.
It's actually been a very entertaining game so far. Like they're very similarly rated, but New Zealand certainly making the most of their opportunities at the moment. But Farley, she will make the most of her opportunities given any sniff of it. She's covered there by Matchett. And now over to Phoebe Kim. Phoebe Kim, haven't called her much yet in this first quarter.
No, she's been dominant in the other matches, but finding her way here. Rutherford doing a great job on her.
Shaylin just trying to get past the defender there in Barker. Looks inside. Farley just tried the shot, and I don't know whether they got a tip off the stick and ended up, or she's just maybe got the check as she was releasing it, but popped past the right-hand post. Good work there, and great save as the keeper was coming out. Bolstead doing some great defence, and that's not what the coaching staff will want to see, as that is an unforced error.
And it's been costly in some of the other games, so.
Archer with the ball. Heads down, finds Ford Ice. Again, there's an open player on the backside here, but covered now. Ford Ice has the ball over to Fu. Fu looking like she wants to get in on the cage. Looks to go around and gets doubled. Loses the ball. Good defence there from Korea.
Great slide from Mackenzie Farley. Left her player at the top and went to the dangerous option inside. So great work on that slide.
Wants to give that one back to the keeper. And Kim Yu-min will look to give a ball. Gives it in a little bit of heat there, but good forward. And Farley, oh, great little tip on the stick there. Ball to be won. These are the contests that you need to win. And we're going to have no contest as the time runs out here for the end of the first quarter. We see New Zealand 5, Korea 1. And that was good ball movement in the end there by Korea. They certainly looked up, promoted the ball very quickly, and if they've been able to take that on the 15-metre arc, they might have been able to get a shot away then, but New Zealand, good stick in lane.
Yeah, Bolstead just got her stick in the way, but otherwise they were away. And we've seen them presenting, like running forward, stick up, giving a really clear target, which means there's no hesitation from the play with the ball.
They have indeed. So we've got a 5-1 game here. New Zealand against Korea, quarter time. And you know what happens in these quarter time, half time and three-quarter time breaks? We get to hear from the great man, Mr. Peter Greenhouse, with all the stats that matter. Pete, what did you see in that first quarter?
Yeah, good morning, team. Korea have dominated the centre draws, winning most of the possession from the draws. They got the first goal through Mackenzie Farley, but after that it's been all New Zealand with they got 5 goals, 5 different goal scorers: Unsworth, Rutherford, Archer, Bolstad, Jakeman. Cox for New Zealand, 4 big saves. So she's having a game. But so far Korea, 3 unforced errors. Really need to be keeping those to a minimum.
Yeah, we were talking about that just as you came on, Pete. That little one out the back here, just missing the player. They're coach killers.
Yep.
Where
Yeah,
they,
absolutely.
just throw the ball out of bounds and don't find a skill error.
Absolutely, it's a freebie for the opposition, and then there was the unforced error down the defensive end, which cost them a goal as well.
It did.
So
Just keeper throwing the ball at the feet, turns over, and normally comes back with interest, as we said.
that's it.
So yeah, mate, thank you very much. We'll see you at half time, and we'll see where this game heads from there. Thanks to Peter Greenhouse, who is looking after all the things that matter so we don't have to keep writing stuff down and watching it.
We saw the Korean team really getting around their goalkeeper there, so wanting to make sure that they support her in that and keep her confidence up for this quarter.
So crowd starting to build up. You can hear it in the effects, Mike. There's plenty of people starting to come down to these championships and supporting their teams. And the girls and women here doing a fantastic job as Farley up against Archer. Archer, very good take there. Promotes it down to Unsworth. Unsworth looks inside, finds Bertram. Bertram.
Korea with numbers back there, able to delay.
Jakeman down to Fordyce. And ball comes back to Jakeman. Fordyce up to Archer. Archer. Coyers.
Just getting the ball around New Zealand, trying to get some things set up, give everybody a touch.
So Bertram, she loves to drive this right-hand corner. And just not able to, good defence there. But this is the one that you've got to stop. Archer again. Archer and Bolstad are the two, for me, that those driving threats, getting in on cage. And that's a great pass there as she found her defender just slightly behind her. Ball back up the top. Archer again using her pace to get in on the cage.
Another good slide from Mackenzie Farley. She's really going early to help out her teammates there and delay that.
So Archer, Olivia Archer, just passed the ball over and gets free space straight away. And up the top we have Jakeman again. So Jakeman pretty much used to being on the bottom. There's one on the left here in Bertram, which is trying to open up. Oh, that's just, again, they did, you know, that's probably, if there is a negative on their offensive play, they do try and feed that ball. Probably.
Yeah, they're looking for that first option, not waiting for the right option.
Yeah.
So as coaches, we try to get our team to be a bit more patient.
Hey Min just loses the ball, but picked up by Hua Yeon. And still in their defensive end here, Shane Nay. And now the ball promoted forward there. So Hey Min looking to bring it over the restraining line, although she tries to back in there and does a good job. And releases the ball now to Farley. Farley over there to Hey Min. Back to Farley. And again, there's a little bit of setup here. Or just hanging the stick there. And Fordyce was just trying to relieve her of the ball. But
Yeah, Hannah Kang was open for a moment there.
oh, good ball into the centre. Bodies going crashing here, and they are two New Zealand bodies as free space. And I think trying to just get up off the ground to get to a space.
Yeah, there were some open players there from Korea, just not unable to control those.
It was a good pass into the centre. If she'd actually taken that then, would have had a shot on the cage because Cox came out. Cox again saying, look, here we go, I'm big. And another big save there from Josie Cox. And scrappy ball to be won. Ball flicks out to the advantage there of Anya Keys. And now New Zealand will rotate the ball the other side to Barker. Barker looks up to Archer. Archer just leaves it there for Bertram. Bertram brings the ball down there to Nikki Fordyce. Fordyce puts the ball in her left hand. Very much a right-handed feeder. Fordyce up the top. Bertram looks to get in. Oh, gets her head taken off there. That is going to be a card. And no, okay. Plenty of contact there around the head region. We've seen cards given for less, but deemed that Not sufficient enough there. Fordyce looks in, fires, and Bertram gets one around the head and puts one around the back of the net.
I really liked that first passage of play from New Zealand. Whilst they've scored off this free position, the hard work was done early. There was a lot of cuts. Unsworth going through, Fordyce, Jakeman in the middle, creating a lot of pressure and not enabling those Korean defenders to be able to slide to the drive. So much more of a team goal or team setup, which enabled the free position.
Again, it gets to that point where she does have those opportunities and worked hard for that because certainly wore one a little high. But she'll shake that off now, and she's got a goal in the back of the net. As Bertram, we're going to have another centre draw here. As Choi Joo-shun is in there for Korea. Up against Brooke Bolstad. Ball comes out the back. Good take there from Matchett. Fires the ball over, just needs to keep it in. Does. Great footwork there from Maya Rutherford, and opens up. Oh, there's one of those unforced errors that we talk about. Did all the hard work here on the wing.
Just a little high on the pass.
A little high, little ho, little hey, little. There's my Stuart Little back in the day. So too many kids shows when I was growing up. Ball with Kim Yu Min, the keeper, as Bertram makes her give the ball up there to Yuri. Yuri did a power of work yesterday in the defence for Korea in taking the ball out, just getting pushed towards boundary, and got to be careful of that one, just swinging the stick around the head, and the goggles have been, and now we're going to have a card, are we? Well,
yeah, the goggles just being pushed off there, so it's...
and Hadwin with that...
umpires can spot those.
Penalty. And
Ooh,
ball.
Open player down low.
And still there. Looks inside. Good inside movement there from Hannah Kang. And Kang, we know she likes to go to the cage. Top centre, Kang up against Josie Cox. Kang steps in, fires, good trail check there from Rutherford.
Great work from Rutherford there, just getting her stick in the shooting lane. Really critical to just get your stick up and block rather than going for that check.
So, looks inside, open player, and ball hits the deck. Rutherford fighting hard out there for that ball.
Yeah, Bolstead dropping in there nicely, but Korea get the ball back.
And ball will be in the stick there of Shaylin. Shaylin looks inside, good, that's a big push there. And with a no card, I thought there might have been a card coming there, but just a push. And the Korean player will take it up the top here in back Shaylin. So Shaylin has a player open on her right-hand side. That is Kim, and there's another one there now too in Jo Shun. So looks inside, looks two-step. Oh, Bolstad comes from behind. You want to keep your eyes at the back of your head.
Yeah, she's doing a power of work in that top defensive position.
Great defence there from Alana Mowat. Able to dispossess, and Josie Cox just like a good piece of bread with gravy, mopping it up. And now looks to get it out. That wasn't a great pass there, to be honest.
She made that look good, didn't she?
Did make it look good. Fordyce with the ball, looks to step inside, looks to draw a great inside look over there, and ball goes up and over, but deemed to be a foul before the shot there. And they had back up anyway, so, but the whistle had stopped before that shot had gone.
We've seen New Zealand looking dynamic through that transition. A lot faster ball movement down the lines.
And Taylor Jakeman will take the ball up and look down the bottom. Does find the bottom. Finds Bertram. Bertram over to Fordyce. Fordyce looks up. Finds Bolstad. Bolstad just gets through. Good save, though, from the keeper there in Kim Yu Min. Just stick side high. Just followed the head of the stick until the ball ended up in hers. So Kim Yu Min walking the ball up. Getting to about the 15-metre fan. And continues to walk up towards the restraining line.
Not a lot of movement off the ball or presenting, really working hard to get free and making a clear option for the goalkeeper.
So this is not where you want to turn it over. The keeper's up above the offensive or defensive restraining line. Looks up and that's, well, that's probably going to come off potentially. But it was looking a little shaky as Kang Shane picks the ball up.
Great backup there from Shane.
And that penalty on Hadwin had been released. So even numbers. And Madeline Kim, sorry, Phoebe Kim, has the ball and it will come back to her. No, it's going to stay with the back Shaylin. Phoebe Kim by herself at the moment.
A lot of space, and we're seeing her and Mackenzie Farley setting something up here, I think.
And she's attracted the best defender out there in Rutherford, has Kim, and Rutherford playing a really good game at the moment, and that's a big push.
It's a big push.
Over-accentuated that too, just to make sure the officials saw it, as the little push and then their whole, oh, look at me go, and but good.
Yeah, Rutherford just extending the arms. If she held her position and her frame and let Kim come into it, but she actually extended her arms and pushed out.
So, oh, nice inside look. Great take from that woman in Mackenzie Farley. She is everywhere when you need her to be. And that is the first goal for Korea of the second term. We are about 3 minutes 20 to go in the second term.
You can see her cut that diagonal cut, probably not where she wanted to receive that, but it really did enable her to overplay on her left, step back to the right. So goalkeeper committed that way.
Very much an arm wrestle here at the moment between these two sides. There's not been a huge amount of scoring, and there's certainly sort of arms locked up the top and just testing each other out at the moment. But Farley, that's her second of the day, and she is one of the leaders in this Korean team offensively and through the midfield.
Yeah, she's doing a mountain of work in that middle, but there's a bit more action down there in the Korean offense now.
So Farley scores a goal, comes back into the centre draw, picks it up again. So on the break, finds Kim. Kim not quite able to take that. And now finds her teammate in there and Hey Min. Back to Kim. Phoebe Kim looking to roll inside. Not able to do it. And ball down the back here with Shaylin. Shaylin's been looking at great feed. I was just about to say that little shovel shot there from Mackenzie Farley. I've liked her work down the back there, Huang Shaylin. She seems to be bringing others into the play.
She does. She seems to have that key position behind the goal to drive the corners and then feed to those diagonal cutters.
Flip to Farley, creating space there against Archer. Just looking back up here to Kim. Kim looking to run. Back to Farley. Good inside. Little feed there. And another goal here to Mackenzie Farley. Just starting to heat up a little bit. And that's her third. And back to a 6-3 game. As we said, there wasn't much scoring in this quarter.
Yeah, great work by Phoebe Kim. Drove hard right, drew two defenders, and that left Mackenzie Farley open right there in the middle. So a little bit more talk from the New Zealand defence. They both went to the ball and left a very dangerous player in a very dangerous position.
She just makes good space, doesn't she, Mackenzie Farley?
Yeah.
And we've got about a minute to go here in the second term. Currently New Zealand 6, Korea 3. Back into the centre. Is there enough time for another goal here for either team? Farley up against Archer. Archer knocks the ball forward, but picked up here by Choi Ju-shun. Looks to go backwards, just loses the ball. That's great pressure there from New Zealand. And now here's an opportunity. Oh, just didn't quite hit Bertram there.
Yeah, the fast start was a bit quick.
If she had hit her, it would have been 1-on-1 with the keeper. So ball back the other way. Joy Shun. But turnover, little knock forward. And an opportunity here for New Zealand. Oh, great interception. Goes the Hail Mary straight down the ground. 2-on-1 here. This could work if it comes off. 2 seconds to go. We're going to run out of time down in that bottom corner. And it is half time here at the Sunshine Coast Stadium. Seeing the score, New Zealand 6, Korea 3. And I don't mind the last minute opportunity there by Hong Yuri. Just understanding the time and the situation. Saw 2-on-1 down there and thought, why not give it a crack?
Yeah, fantastic long bomb all the way down into a dangerous position. And Danny had one from New Zealand, able to do well there against some very good pressure with those two Korean attackers.
And just managed to keep it out wide enough and not allow the full possession of that ball for the half-time siren to run out as the two teams come into their respective benches and get a well-earned drink and give a bit of a wave to their supporters. Number one supporter on this man, Peter Greenhouse. What did you see in that second quarter and or first half, mate?
Yeah, really, that quarter a bit more even. The centre draws were, no one really had the ascendancy in the centre draws, and they were two apiece with possession. Farley 2 goals in that quarter, right at in the last 5 minutes there, had a good little spell, and Bertram 1 goal for New Zealand. Still 6 goals from New Zealand with 6 goal scorers, as opposed to 3 goals for Korea with only the one, Mackenzie Farley.
How many shots did both teams have in that first half?
The first half we've got 6, 9, 10 shots for Korea, and we've got 2, 5, 8, 11 for New Zealand.
11
so pretty
for New
even.
Zealand. So
pretty
50-50, give or take. 40-50 as a shooting percentage.
Goalies, the Korean goalies really haven't stopped much. Just the one save I have for Yu Min in that quarter, and Cox 1 save as well. So she has 5 for the half for the game so far.
So really, I said it was almost a bit of an arm wrestle in that quarter.
Yeah.
They were sort of locked up the top of that arm wrestle and they were jostling and there wasn't much scoring going on. And as soon as we said that, Farley got 2 goals and
had a number of shots.
And made Michelle smile because she may have mentioned something about her MVP early. She went really early.
Risky making an early call like that, Michelle.
That was pre-game early.
That was pre-game.
Pre-game?
Pre-game early.
Crikey.
So, but hasn't been locked in yet.
Oh, I haven't locked it in.
It was just a suggestion.
It was my early call.
So, Pete, you get first pick on the MVP for this game too, just quietly.
All right, well, I will just keep that one up my sleeve for the moment.
Okay.
Because no one really, Farley has been the standout for Korea by far.
Well, for me, Rutherford has been exceptional in the
for New
defensive
Zealand.
end. Got a goal from defence. Certainly stopped a lot of forays.
Yep.
So I'm sneaky little on Rutherland at the moment.
Yeah, it would be nice to see a defender get some accolades, because unfortunately, the way the sport is, and I'm even doing it with my stats, I'm thinking, how can I bring the defenders into this? So
what about unforced turnovers or forced turnovers?
Forced turnovers. New Zealand forced 2 turnovers, and I'm calling an intercept a forced turnover or a knockdown. And 2 forced turnovers for New Zealand as well by Korea. 3 unforced errors by Korea in that first quarter really hurt them.
Yep.
And 2 unforced errors for New Zealand probably didn't hurt them as much as the Korean unforced errors hurt them. There was the pass down here, which could have cost Korea. It would have almost been a certain goal for New Zealand, but the unforced error could have cost them a goal there. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, always interesting in these games. They do come back to bite you, unforced errors, and I know the coaching staff lose a lot of hair watching them. So the team normally that has the least unforced errors normally wins a game. It is pretty much a 90% fact. Interesting first half. 6-3 here, New Zealand against Korea. We'll have a quick 2-minute break, and we'll be back very shortly, live and free on the Australian Lacrosse Network. And half-time just about coming to an end here at the Sunshine Coast Stadium. And boy, have we got some lacrosse coming to you over the next few days. Tomorrow is a rest day for the teams, and there will be no lacrosse coming to you on the Australian Lacrosse Network, although the social media will be just really kicking in tomorrow with no lacrosse on. And then we have the crossover games ending up with the final games on Saturday. And just a side note, as you are watching these games, we will be playing the gold medal match, and then we'll be staying live and free online as the awards are given out at the end of the tournament. So the closing ceremony will basically be streamed right through and live after the gold medal game. So you won't have to turn off, you won't have to tune out, you'll just have to sit there and give accolades to the winners of this great tournament. So make sure you keep that in your diary. And that will be directly after the gold medal game. We will continue to stream live. And we might get a few good interviews, Michelle, from some of our superstars.
Yeah, there'll be some happy players ready to celebrate after that win. So we'll make sure we bring you some great vision of that, especially for those people watching at home.
We will indeed. But right now, great vision. It starts second half action here between New Zealand and Korea. Bolstad up against Farley. It's been a great contest in the middle. Ball to be won on the deck. Good pick up and extraction there from Piper Russell. Russell finds her teammate in Jakeman. And Jakeman just running the ball down through X. She says, this is where I feel more comfortable. Forward ice.
Russell just subbing there to get Unsworth on.
Unsworth, little backdoor cut, but releases Unsworth. Good movement there from Unsworth. Ball looking to just try and get inside there. Bolstad against Farley. That's a really good contest, those two.
Yeah, I think Bolstad's looking to
I
drive
think Bolstad
here.
likes the idea of it. She goes inside again, steps down. Bolstad puts another one away as Farley picks herself up off the ground. And Brooke Bolstad just going about her work. And there's nothing better than getting one up on your opponent, especially when you're playing in that centre draw and you come down.
Yeah, we see New Zealand opening up a nice lane there for Bolstad. They obviously know that that's the way she likes to attack. So good work by her teammates, taking a very wide left, and that meant the slides came quite late.
They did indeed.
So Mackenzie Farley looking for a little bit more support, but it came, but just a little bit too late, and Bolstad able to put that one away.
And again, at pace, Bolstad very difficult to stop. In those last 8 metres towards the cage. So Brooke gets her second of the day.
She might be your smoky there, Tony.
Well, we won't go into that yet. Farley, here's your smoky pre-game. And she is going to have a 3-second call on her. And Josie Cox just asking how is that possible given the fact that hadn't been down there 3 seconds. But
she's not happy with that call, Cox, is she?
There is some conversation too from the New Zealand bench saying, well, she's just run it down there. We haven't been down here 3 seconds. How do we get a 3-second call? But doesn't matter. Farley has the ball, kicks it to Kim. So Phoebe Kim hasn't impacted the game as yet. Kim gets past Bolstad. Oh, fires. That's a dangerous shot. Well, she's going to impact the game now. She's going to get a yellow card here for a dangerous shot. And right on the knee. And so Phoebe Kim will sit down for 2 minutes in the penalty box.
Yeah,
and
Cox,
New Zealand
giving Danny Hadman a pat on the back there and saying, now you know how I feel, cuffing that in the legs.
She goes, get up. I get those 10 times a minute at training.
Good play there by Danny Hadman, sorry.
Isn't it funny? You get a dangerous shot on a defender, and the goalie gets hit there 100 times a game. So ball. And here we go. Rutherford finding herself in offense. She's feeling very comfortable. Oh, great look down. And she got an assist in her. Oh, great inside roll. Good finish there from Keita Perry. And you'd almost give an assist there to Rutherford.
You would definitely give an assist there. Rutherford wanting to get on that score sheet again. No, great work. Really tight inside roll there. Defence just overplaying that side, and nice reaction. Good stick protection and opened herself up to a nice open goal.
I thought Perry had run into trouble there on that bottom corner, but able to extract herself and roll back inside. And then you're one-on-one with the keeper and still got to finish, and did that exceptionally well.
Yeah. Fantastic work there, but a really good look inside from Rutherford.
So Archer in here. Mackenzie Farley doing a power of work for this Korean team. And just a little, boy, get off the white line. As the ball heads out, Farley, she picks this up, she will go. And great defence there again from Rutherford.
Fantastic
Oh,
work
there's
from
going to
Rutherford.
be an interference call, and that is going to turn the ball over. So she says, please give me the ball. Thank you, Mackenzie. And New Zealand push the ball down. And that's another one there for Rutherford. I'm starting to heat up for Rutherford for MVP. Archer fires. And again, just those little turnovers, isn't it? Got the feet caught up down here. As the shot is had there. And we see here on the replay, just inside there, Archer fires down that right-hand foot. And
Fantastic work there from New Zealand. I'm just watching off ball down here, watching the Koreans. Mackenzie Farley just looking for a sub. I think they were interested to see. It was probably a little early for a timeout, but having a few conversations with the coaches down there.
So still in a man down situation here, I believe. Yep, still man down. So Kim still sitting in the penalty box. As the conversation, something going on there. Choi Ju-shan just coming over to get some clarification.
They're playing an extra defender in on this centre draw, and with a player down, the numbers behind the restraining line just confusing a few people.
Ball back into the centre. Look there with Avrum.
Archer's having a great quarter in that centre.
She is. She's strong in her ball carry as we wrap her up, and that's often the way the commentator's curse goes. That's down the bottom corner looking for a push call, and does get one, and goes quickly.
There.
So good fast movement, looks inside, good knockdown there. That is Yuri, and now she's under massive pressure.
3-on-1.
And gets one just across a little too high there with three defenders. And she'll have to come back. Actually, there will have to be a couple of people come back. Someone come back. Baby, come back. As Yuri will take the ball here for Korea.
New Zealand still with numbers.
And Yuri takes it over the restraining line. She gets picked up there by Fu. Lily Fu still trying to put pressure on the defender. And maybe Hong Yuri says, well, if Rutherford can do it, maybe I'll come down here and have a bit of a offensive attack. But decides against it and heads back towards the restraining line, which releases the attacker there in Shaylin. Double down the back, though, as that substitution started to happen. And penalty on the play is about to... Good inside, and Josie Cox says, thanks very much. Oh, looks for the big outlet. Wasn't there.
Yeah, just not enough penetration on that shot.
And there could be numbers here for New Zealand if they go quickly. There is numbers, as you can see over this other side here. Fordyce just by herself still hasn't got an opponent. Cleared some space here. Looks back down the back to Fordyce. She gets the ball now. Had lots of space up the top there.
Yeah, they're even again now. Penalty released, so.
Archer just cuts through. And Fu passes the ball out here to Fordyce. So Nikki looking to go on Uri. Fordyce just brings the ball out. Archer, she'll go and run straight into the defender there in Hong Uri.
So we saw New Zealand setting up a nice stack on this side, giving Fordyce lots of room to drive, and then all coming off of that, giving her multiple options. So Archer being one of those.
So Archer looks down, finds her attacker on the bottom corner. Oh, looks inside. That's little BTB. Oh. Just covered well there by the keeper. Little bit of razzle dazzle there by Geeta Perry. And that's the way to get the commentators up.
Yeah, that was a fantastic option and really equally good save.
Great clear though here as the ball goes to Hay Min. But love the chase here from New Zealand, but just being able to get away a little too easy. Now gets stopped there in the defensive end as Mackenzie Farley picks the ball and then gets it back. Little 1-2. Farley looking to get inside. Runs around. Wang fires and gets one away. And Hannah Kang is able to get one against the grain a little.
Lovely pick there set by Mackenzie Farley. Picked off the defender. Two New Zealand defenders getting caught up there and just gave her enough space to let that go. Hannah Kang.
Good shot down on the left foot.
Yeah, nice finish.
And we've got a 9-4 game here after New Zealand sort of came out and started this quarter.
And it's been the tail of the match, hasn't it? They've just kept enough of a buffer. Korea coming back, and then New Zealand have tended to put one or two back on. So centre possession with Bolstead key here.
And the two superstars in the middle, Bolstad and Farley for their respective teams. As Bolstad picks this one up and gets ahead of steam. Just trying to, I thought she might keep going there, but decided that she would pass the ball off to Bertram. Down to Fordyce, up to Unsworth. Unsworth, they're almost looking like they just want to do a little flip here or a little inside. Unsworth, just one-on-one. Oh, good check there from Farley. But recovered there from Unsworth. Out the other side of Bertram. Bertram looks to get in. The two number twos. Little trail check. And just enough pressure on that stick for the ball to fly over there.
A bit caught out. Lost her space. But then quick to adapt. And I like the follow-up with the trail check.
So Unsworth looks to go down the centre corridor. It is not available for her. Mowat. Little flip here. Bolstad. Good check there, but deemed to be just a little too reckless on Mackenzie Farley. And I'm suggesting that Brooke Bolstad is going to the cage.
Unsworth open on this side, so we'll see if she...
No, pops it down. There you go. I misread that. Fordyce comes around the bottom corner. Great high-low. Just stuck the stick up top, looking like she was going to shoot high, brought the keeper up and then drags it down and puts it between her legs.
Yeah, good overlap there. Unsworth goes, and I can't see the number of the other New Zealand player there that ran through, created up a nice lane for Nikki Fordyce.
I think that was Perry down there.
Was it Perry?
Yep. Yeah.
Diagonal cut, made herself available, but also dragged her defender out of the way. And they're not easy, those finishes on the corner.
No.
So she made that look easy.
There's been a couple of really good finishes coming around those goal line extendeds in all games.
In all games.
There was a couple yesterday, both the left and right-hander from one particular player.
Yes.
And we get to see her a bit later on.
Yeah, we do. Michelle Zai, she was behind goal line extended and got that in. So
One left, one right.
Yeah.
So ball back in the centre. New Zealand just starting to put a gap in the score here. It's 10-4. 2 minutes 45 to go in the third term. And New Zealand looking like they might get their first win of the tournament, but it's never over until it's over. And Fordyce gets the ball given to her. Kicks the ball there to Perry. Perry over to Bertram. Has Archer running inside. Not there. Back to Perry. Perry, great look to Fordyce. Fordyce fires. Really good team lacrosse. And better than that, that's what we love about our lacrosse is Nikki Fordyce got the goal, knocked her defender over, and before she celebrated for the goal, helped her up.
Helped her defender up. Yeah, just momentum carried her forward, and she knocked over her number 11 there.
Just a little bit of love there for Haymin. But this is what I love about this game. I mean, we're on a white line, we cross it, we do what we do, but when we're out there, we do have a real duty of care to our opposition and teammates. There's not too many other sports in the world that I would see someone pick someone up like that.
Yeah, particularly not picking up their opponent before they celebrate
No.
the goal. So
good work there from Nikki Fordyce, but a great feed inside. And
From
again,
Perry.
Perry, just
those two are combining quite nicely.
they are indeed. Ball back to the centre. So we've got a new centre draw player there, and Tegan Walmsley has not seen a huge amount of game time in this tournament. Not that I have called her name, but she has come on. Lost the centre draw there, unfortunately, and will come off. So good to see the opportunities being given. Looks inside. Just a little bit too high, that pass there for Choi Ju-shun to... And here we go, turnover coming. Bad pass, picked up there from Rutherford. Over to Josie Cox. Josie Cox, Rutherford said, give me the ball back, please. Come on, just give it to me.
I was just watching number 10 there for New Zealand. Clark and Rush being put on to Mackenzie Farley. So obviously their danger player from Korea.
And an outlet here, big outlet there to Bolstad. Bolstad has numbers in front of her and a head of steam. Bolstad steps in, looks to run around, just gives it back to Unsworth. Unsworth tries to get that same lane, does, and pops it away. Creating a lane there was Bolstad, and finishing off the work was Sophie Unsworth. Just a good team bit of lacrosse.
Yeah, love the big outlet from Cox and opening up that play. Korea just not getting any body position in
Almost
front of
like that
Unsworth.
NFL, isn't it? You just create the lane and watch the running back get through it. And she did exceptionally well there, Unsworth, to get through it. And that is three-quarter time here. Just again, another goal in what we call almost red time here. Sees New Zealand go out to a 12-4 lead. And just starting to get some ascendancy on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they'll be happy with that quarter.
But those unforced errors, Korea down here, just throwing the ball away and giving an opportunity. Great outlet there from Josie Cox to hit Bolstad. But all the work, once you get to that point, you have numbers, you have momentum, and goals are scored. And speaking of goal scoring, Peter Greenhouse, tell us a little bit more about that third term.
So Mackenzie Farley is doing everything she can to keep Korea in this game. What I consider draw controls, she's dominating. She had 4 draw controls there, but unfortunately they're not turning into Korea possessions.
Yep.
So I think personally they need to have a bit more communication around the circle. Mackenzie Farley needs to be telling her midfielders where to go and where she expects them to go. She's winning most of the ones she's taking, so be confident. Put your midfielder where you want them.
Yep.
But the difference for me is New Zealand have got way too many people that can score goals.
Yep.
And Farley is just not getting the support down the offensive end that, you know, people like Bolstad and Bertram are getting. They're not relying just on a few players. Any one of these players can score. We had a number of new goal scorers that quarter. You know, Fordyce come up with 2.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
haven't seen her before that
on
half.
On the score sheet,
yeah.
Been good in the offensive structure down there, Fordyce, but getting on the board and getting some reward for herself, as did Unsworth in that last little bit, and Bolstad's been amazing. So
That's it.
So, Pete, have a think about your MVP, mate. We'll get back to you at the end of the game.
Yeah, New Zealand running some nice strings. I've noticed match it coming for Lily Fu. So as soon as the draw, New Zealand get possession, she comes off. And we've also got Piper Russell coming for Unsworth. So they've got their strings running quite nicely, which has given them some good options down there.
Tegan Walmsley back in the centre draw for New Zealand as well, up against Mackenzie Farley. So Walmsley and Farley just making sure that that is set properly. New Zealand running along a bench now. And good work there, and great work there from Tegan Walmsley. Brings the ball into offense, gives it to her offensive player and says, right, I've done my job. I've given you an option. Good inside look there. And another one there for Nikki Fordyce. Gets her third of the game. And just starting to be a smoky, isn't she?
Yeah, the little twinkle in my eye there.
I mean,
yeah, Nikki Fordyce.
So you're off Mackenzie Farley now, are you?
No, she's been outstanding.
She has been outstanding. As we see good left-handed goal there from Fordyce.
Yeah, Fordyce has been really critical at critical times, I think, in this second half particularly. So.
And a good win there for Tegan Walmsley in the centre draw. Won it to herself.
Yeah, I could see the New Zealand bench going up on the sidelines. Really happy to see her come up with that one.
So Farley and Walmsley back in the middle. And ball comes out the way of Farley. Farley, little tip, but that's found the stick there of Rutherford. And Rutherford will start the offensive run forward but a ball that's hit the deck. Could work here. Bertram just steps around. Oh, opened up. And in the middle, there's the MVP from yesterday. Oh, sorry, no, that's Clark and Rush. Getting number 10 mixed up. And Clark and Rush gets on the board. Straight off the bench. She ran literally straight off the bench. Ball turns over, or nearly turned over out here. Bertram picks the ball up. Clark and Rush was literally doing that towards the goal. She was rushing.
Yeah.
And
we've seen that
great finish.
We've seen that used quite a lot where, defensively you get lost because you can't find your player and then all of a sudden they're coming off the bench. And when you come off the bench, you come in hard.
Yeah, well, you've got a full head of steam because you're thinking, I've got a limited opportunity here potentially. If the ball does go down defensively, I might have to sub off.
Yeah, New Zealand using their bench well to rotate once they get that centre possession. So I think that's one of their strategies there.
So reface to be had. Just getting excited there, the number 10 yesterday in Nelson. I just had that same feel about she did that yesterday as well.
Oh, well, number 10, so we're all good.
All the 10s. We're all about the 10s in here on the Australian Lacrosse Network. And Archer looking to fire some extra arrows down there for New Zealand. Fordyce inside look, great look, and there's another goal there for Wheatley. Wilson gets on the scoreboard for New Zealand. That long bench is now being well used by the coaching staff.
Yeah, they're rotating everybody through. And as Pete said earlier, New Zealand are dynamic because they've got a bunch of scorers.
So looks like we've got a goalie change here as well for New Zealand. Nancy Yuan coming on to see some game time in this last quarter with 11:50 to go.
Yeah, Cox has had a great game, but obviously looking to get some game time for all their keepers. We've seen good rotations of that across all teams.
Love to see this. I know the score is now out to 15-4, but, you know, again, it is a Women's World Championship, and sometimes you don't get a lot of game time, but it's great to see some of these ladies who are integral parts of this New Zealand team just starting to not only get some game time, but start to show why they were picked in this team.
Absolutely. As a coach, you talk about impact of the time that you have on the field.
Well, I was always, you're only as good as your 22nd player, and if your 22nd player is better than the other teams, then most times, as a little roll around question mark there from Bertram, and it's starting to be a little bit of party time here for New Zealand.
Yeah, Bertram just taking her opportunity there and rolling around on the left. She's very happy with that one.
And I think we're going to have a timeout here, charge to Korea.
Yeah, Fordyce was open. but rolled back herself and put that one away nicely.
Certainly making us have to think in here now. Plenty of people across the board.
And that's what's made them so hard to stop and so dominant. They've had multiple options. Block one player off and the next one steps up. So,
Yep. I mean, you look down the list here and you could probably name probably half the team towards an MVP with New Zealand. On the other side, Mackenzie Farley's been outstanding for Korea. As has Hong Yu-ri when she gets the ball down in defence. She, you know, it's an unheralded role playing defence sometimes.
yeah, she's had some good intercepts and some good knockdowns and then able to clear it under extreme pressure often through that midfield. So doing a great job down there.
But we have a timeout here charged to Korea with New Zealand leading 16-4.
Yeah, it's blown out a bit now.
And they'll be happy that they've got to this point. I know they were pretty disappointed. They were looking at that qualification spot, but that hasn't occurred. Now all they can do is play the best lacrosse they can play for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, they're a developing nation in lacrosse in New Zealand, so they'll use these opportunities to continue to grow their players and enjoy this international experience.
So Farley going out into the centre for Korea, and Tegan Walmsley giving the nod again for the centre draw.
And Wheatley Wilson coming on again after that nice goal earlier.
Well, that has given a list of goal scorers now that New Zealand... I think
Yeah, as a coach, you want to see that too, don't you? Multiple options.
And you can see the bench down here, all the girls getting around each other for New Zealand. So ball out the back, ball to be won, is won. Picked up there by Matchett. Matchett looks to go inside. Fires the ball down there to Hadwin. Hadwin brings the ball up.
Fordyce open on this side.
Over to Barker, and here's Unsworth coming on as well. No one's picked Unsworth up. Unsworth still, well, now she has. And that's what I'm saying, that vision there from Uri saw that coming a long way off. And we're going to have a card here, are we?
For the swipe.
Okay. Sorry, I was watching the defensive play down there. I didn't see that one. But we've got a card there for Hannah Yang. And New Zealand will have a power play opportunity here. So currently leading 16-4 and 10-15 left on the clock. Unsworth just sneaking in.
Good work from Farley.
There to Reese Jacks. And Jake's on the board for, again, probably her first real run. Looks down, Unsworth. So a real different looking offense down here now for New Zealand. Fordyce.
Certainly controlling things down here.
And ball down the back. Looks inside, looks to fire. Good save up the top there. And also Korea having changed their keeper. Park Hae-ji with the ball. Just pops the ball in front of her defender and allows her to run onto it. That's Kim Soo-young. And Farley runs into two black shirts. Now three black shirts. It's becoming a swarm. And that is going to be a push guarded. And I don't know that Nikki Fordyce...
She wasn't too happy with that one.
I mean, I'm just saying that she thought they were playing that in the right spirit. So, ball back to... and there was a player knocked down in the back there, but just a run into contact. And Mackenzie Farley. And we're going to have a conversation here about what that was for, because maybe they did pick something else up down there. But Mackenzie Farley, so they're saying there's a push there. Just trying
Looking at who the foul's on.
No. Oh, yep, there we go. Just trying to assess who this foul's on, but whatever happens, Mackenzie Farley will take the ball on the top, 45. And free space straight away there for Hannah Kang. And where's this goal come from, Michelle?
I think she's got to go straight to goal. Drive in hard, take 2 steps to her right. Oh, good defence from New Zealand. Great crash, not allowing her through.
So Farley with the ball. Guarded well there from Walmsley. Now Farley steps inside, changes to her right hand. That one's just gone out of bounds there. And goalkeeper Nancy Ewan trying to get the first on, but very happy to be in the cage, I would suggest. And ball down behind here. Jung Avrum looks inside. That's a great pass inside and finds the stick of Hannah Yang and beats the keeper there in Nancy Yuan.
Yeah, great diagonal cut there from Yang. Just watching the replay here. The slide comes from number 7 from New Zealand there and just leaves a nice lane for Yang to go into.
Walmsley just not going with that player, just sort of sitting down there and obviously come in to play that centre draw role.
Yeah, we've talked about, you know, often when you're coaching, it's always that second slide that's got to come. So the first one when it's really easy to pick because you know you've got to go to the dangerous person with the ball, but the second player, the second defender's got to slide.
So Kang in here up against Anya Coas.
Yeah, rotating through the middle now, aren't they? Sharing it around.
There's plenty of rotation happening here. Great work there from Bertram. Seen her come down here and roll back on her left before, and now she's coming around on her left. Will she roll back on her right? Ball top here to Jakes. Jakes goes back to Rutherford. Rutherford fires the ball and just opens it up a bit there to Lily Fu. Lily Fu finds Jakes, and ball continues on to the outer side there. Coas back to Fu. Fu, and a full rotation here. Reese Jakes. Jakes running down behind X. Looks inside. Great inside look. Tink, tink off the bar. And that's just about hit 2 bars and come out. I actually was waiting for that to be picked up out of the back of the cage. I think that's hit right bar, left bar, come back, hit keeper and just fell down. So unlucky there. Ball to be won on the ground. Here it is again. Anya picking up the ball. There's an open player up forward. Just needs to get control of it. Looks in, looks to fire. A good save down low. Went down to the leg, but good save there from the keeper. Again, Coyes, and she finally goes knock, knock, knock on the door, and the door opens up and gets to put it behind the keeper.
Yeah, Perry with the one-on-one with the keeper and a great save, but the rebound out and Coas picked that back up. So she's followed up her great shot from before, got the ball in transition, come down again. So as a coach, that's what you want to see, people's response when things don't go their way. They get it back.
Well, as you see, Anya Gears was up in the midfield there when that sort of all happened.
Yeah, she turned it over, came up with the initial ground ball.
And another goal to New Zealand with
great play.
4:44 on the clock. 17-5 is the score, and New Zealand will be extremely happy with this. They will get their first win of this championship. And ball to come up. Oh, great win there from Walmsley. Picks the ball up, throws it unfortunately just over the head of her attacker. But it's down deep in their defensive end. And Korea are going to have to clear. And they will do that through Kim Soo-young, who just gets a bit of a helping hand to cross the line. And Soo-young will run it over the restraining line for Korea. Passes the ball down there to Avrum. And then Ji Seung with the ball in her stick. Up there to Ju Shun. And Jo Shun gets inside, looks to fire. A good save there from the keeper. Bounce shot. They're always tricky ones on this surface. And good work there from Nancy Yuan.
Yeah, New Zealand are away here.
So numbers with the black shirts, but the white shirts are flooding down. Good pace there from Clark and Rush. Already got a goal and was thinking, I might be able to get on the score sheet here again for New Zealand. And she, given the pace that she showed there, she might get in on the cage here.
Yeah, she was dynamic through that transition and comfortable to take the double team. So I'm...
Steps inside, does get a step, pops and fires, and 2 for the day for Clark and Rush. Is a day out for her, given she hasn't had too much opportunity.
No, she's... we talked about making the most of your chances when you get them, and she's certainly done that.
And teammates getting around her. Says, thanks very much. I'm just going to go and sit back in the shade here, grab my drink bottle, get near that to Mister, and just anyone want to hear about that one? She's getting cuddles down there from her teammates and her coaches. So great to see.
Fantastic job. She that was a great bounce shot. We can see they're really bouncing high, aren't they, off this pitch?
They are indeed. And that'd be something if you've got teams coming up later in the day, you'd certainly be looking at, because they're certainly got some height in that bounce. Ball picked up here by Korea. Hey Min getting pressured there by Archer. Puts the ball up, Unsworth. Just about tried to pick the pocket, didn't. Jo Shun looks inside. Oh, Yuri fires, and there we go. There's a goal for Korea, and that has gone to Kim Hae Min, number 17. And good work there. I like the fact that the Hong Yuri was down there, gets an assist.
Yeah, she's on the score sheet now, and we talked about earlier that she might have wanted to stay down there.
She did indeed.
That was a great look inside and really nicely taken by Kim Hae Min.
So Korea getting one here. About a minute and some loose change to go in the fourth. Sorry, it is 18-6 the score, and New Zealand win the ball again from the centre. As Archer fires the ball out there, finds Mowat. Good work there by Reece Jakes. Jakes looks up, good cut down from Archer. Oh, that's a great pick up there from Jakes. That's a fantastic ground ball from Jakes, and the hard work she has done to win that ground ball. I thought she was going to do let the shovel go there for a second.
I think her eyes lit up, but too many Korean defenders in there, so really well done to pull that back out.
I'm saying she's going here. No? Oh, great play. Looks down the bottom corner, and a good save there from the keeper as well, as the shot went low there from Mowat. And Korea bring the ball back in. 35 seconds left in this contest. New Zealand will run out victors, but do Korea have the ability to put another score on the board? Yuri now picks the ball up. Is this her time? Nope. She looks inside again to her same teammate, but she just gets crunched. 10 seconds left. Fires up and over the back. Mightn't be enough time to get that in the stick and get a pass off, as the time will run out. New Zealand, Josie Cox, very happy with that. Win their first game of this 2025 Asia Pacific Women's Lacrosse Championship. And they are getting around each other. And Korea, good work down there. Good to see them get around the keeper. Had a couple of great saves in that last quarter there when the keeper was changed, Michelle. And congratulations, New Zealand.
Yeah, well done by New Zealand. They had many, many great contributions across their attacking lines. So can I go my MVP before you get in, Pete?
Pete's got the first pick.
His eyes are
No,
lighting up.
that's all right.
No, you go.
Go for it.
Go on. We're going
All right.
MVP. Before
So
we do
Okay.
stats,
Yeah, I'm
MVP.
gonna. No, I want to do stats first.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
mate.
Right.
Oh, he's going to
Um,
give us some insight.
Look, the floodgates open in that second half, towards the second half of that third quarter, and for me, the difference was Walmsley.
Walmsley came into the
Walmsley.
centre.
Yep.
We mentioned she hadn't had much game
No,
time.
that's right.
Came in, became that Fogo as such.
Yep.
And
Really held up Farley.
Yeah.
And did enough. New Zealand in the midfield though, 8 possessions from centre draws
Yep,
there.
yep.
But the goalies, the new goalies that both got brought in, 5 for the Korean goalie in Haiji.
Yep.
And 1.
Nancy Yuan.
Yeah, Yuan.
Yep. Nancy Yuan. Yep.
No, that's all right. I was looking at the wrong stat, but
Yep.
the Korean goalie there. Look, a number of goals again. Fordyce, Clark and Rush. Fordyce, Bertram, Kais, Clark and Rush. Look, for me, I think I am going to go.
It's tough, isn't it?
It is
There's-
tough.
I said
because
there's about 10 that could win this.
and you know why that is? I think when New Zealand got those 5 or 6 goals, I think they just allowed themselves to try some other people. And the players like Fordyce, who perhaps you haven't seen a lot of this tournament, really stood up and made the most of their opportunities. I am going to go with...
Drum roll.
Drum roll, just while Pete makes up his mind.
I was
Yeah,
going to
come
say.
Look, I'm going to go Bolstad.
Bolstad. Okay, Bolstad for Pete. Go on, Michelle.
Fordyce. Number
Fordyce.
14.
Fordyce for you. Well, I'm going to toss up here. I can't pick one or the other. I thought the keeper did a great job in Josie Cox,
Cox, yeah.
and has every reason to potentially win the MVP. Not for me, though. Maya Rutherford. I think when things were in the defensive end, she was very good, very strong. Defenders don't get a lot of a look, but she's got on the scoreboard today. She seemed to be in the eye lines all the time. But so I'm going Rutherford.
Rutherford had a great
I
game.
wouldn't be surprised, though, if the keeper gets it in Josie Cox.
And wouldn't that be good to see? I don't know that a keeper's won it yet,
No, they
Tony.
haven't.
And they, they're the last line of defence. They've got a tough job, and to see a keeper or a defender win it would be fantastic.
Only one last night, the last game, where I got that right, I think. Sorry, did I say that out loud?
Moving on.
Moving on. Yeah, so, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a Josie Cox.
Josie Cox had a great game, and not only was she making great saves, some of those big outlet passes gave New Zealand a really good transition goals.
But again, you look down the list here, right? And I'm going to say the potentials of MVPs: Bertram, Clark and Rush, Fordyce, Cuys, Archer, Rutherford, Cox, Jakeman, Unsworth and Bolstad. I mean, it's going to come from one of them as the... I mean, it may not. Who knows? And we will just about to head down here as the Koreans come onto the field to our Master of Ceremony here in Jason Bennett. We will head down to Jason right now for the MVP of this game.
So game 1 of day 3 is in the books. New Zealand winning 18-6. It's my pleasure now to announce our match MVP with 3 goals and 2 assists from New Zealand. Number 14, Nikki Fordyce. There's the match ball, Nikki. Congratulations. Congratulations on the win. It's great reward for a lot of hard work this team's put in on and off the field in the lead up to this.
Yeah, thank you. I think we came off quite a low yesterday and it felt really good to come back together as a team and just reset for this match.
Tell us about yesterday, because it was a roller coaster of emotion. You were 4 goals down at 3/4 time, then 4 goals in 6 minutes to get level, and then Chinese Taipei managed to steady and win the game. How did you guys go away from that, approach it, regroup and get ready for today?
Yeah, I mean, you can't be disappointed in the effort, and I think that's what makes it easier to come back today versus if we'd had a shocker. So I think it was nice we had, before the game in the locker room, played our highlight through of our 4 goals in 6 minutes, just to realise, we've played well and to keep that going for the rest of the tournament.
Tell us a little bit about this group, the bond that exists between this New Zealand team.
Yeah, we're really proud to be homegrown, and for this New Zealand group, a lot of these girls have come through, been playing together since under 15s, you know, like this is a group that parents and us, we've all grown up like family, and yeah, I'm just really proud to call this group whānau.
Congratulations on the win and best of luck for Friday's ranking games. Well done, New Zealand. Well done to Korea. Next up, Japan and Chinese Taipei from 12:30. Top spot in Pool 2 will be on the line as the championships continue.
And we thank Jason Bennett down there as the ceremonies wrap up here. Congratulations to Nikki Fordyce. Congratulations to Michelle Davies. Now we're 4-4. And Pete, well, maybe you need the first guesses more often.
Yeah, well, I did have.
You did come in late. We are.
Look, I did have an inkling Michelle wanted Fordyce.
Yeah.
But
Thanks,
for me,
You're too nice, Pete.
No, but for me, I really think she came on when the work was done.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when I saw Bolstad take on Farley down on the left of the screen and beat her, I just thought, wow, she's had a great game.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm all about Brooke Bolstad too. She's been very good in this tournament.
She's been really consistent across all the matches, hasn't she?
But again, what a team performance here by New Zealand.
great
Congratulations to them. They run out 18-6 winners as the formalities wrap up here, and we will wrap it up here from the Australian Lacrosse Network as well. Timmy Dobson up on the camera here, Christian Leray. Pete Greenhouse, thanks, mate. Again, we'll see you back next game.
You will.
Michelle Davies, thank you again. Really starting to make this gel in here, and it's fantastic to have you. Great. Lots of fun in the commentary boxes being had. We will say that. So thank you very much. We'll see you soon. And to Scotty Gill, thanks, mate. Makes our job very easy. On behalf of myself, Tony Watts, and the Australian Lacrosse Network, until the sticks are swinging, we'll see you very shortly.